Hello everyone and welcome to our second official SpyParty Masters Championship Week 1 cast. I am your host Corvus Malari and today we are looking at Adafheyesh versus Wrestler. This is our second match in our Challengers Bracket Upper Group semifinals. So if we look here, we just cast just a few hours ago Guggy versus Yitter. If you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil it here for you. But go ahead and check it out. And then right now we're going to take a look at Adafheyesh versus Wrestler. This will determine who plays the winner of Yitter versus Guggy for a chance to play in the Champions Round Robin group. These players, of course, both fairly experienced in terms of competitive SpyParty. We'll take a quick look at what brought them here today. Adafheyesh is actually the top seed in the Challengers bracket, seed 7, almost placing directly into Champions groups. Ada was an SMC 2022 finalist and was knocked out in the Challengers finals by Lev. Lev, of course, is in the Champions groups this year, so Ada doesn't have to worry about him, at least in Challengers. Summer Cup 3rd place, Winter Cup 5th place, and both of those some pretty nice runs, I think it would be fair to say. If you look at Adafheyesh getting knocked out by Koopa, the Winter Cup champion in Winter Cup, and then in Summer Cup getting knocked out by Rav, who was the Summer Cup champion. So in both cases, Adafheyesh was only able to be knocked out of the bracket by the person who went on to win the tournament. And in Summer Cup, by the way, Ada knocking a victory over Lev, a little bit of revenge for being knocked out of Challengers last year. And then, of course, Adafheyesh was the wildcard entry to SMC last year, and then this year has qualified directly into 7th place. So wonderful to see that. And turning to Wrestler, Wrestler is the wildcard entry for SMC 2023. So entered directly into the bottom seed of Challengers. Wrestler, by the way, tons of competitive experience, didn't quite manage to make the MRP cutoff for SMC 23, placing 9th place in both Winter Cup and Hidden Cup, as well as several strong Swiss finishes. But it was a close thing. Wrestler was only 1 place away from qualifying off of MRPs anyways. So certainly belongs here in Challengers. If there hadn't been a wildcard slot, Wrestler would simply have qualified outright. And so going to be putting his experience versus Adafheyesh. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the draft. Between these two players, we have bans onto Terrace and Veranda, restricts onto High Rise and Library. The venues will be seeing doubled Ballroom, doubled Aquarium, singled Library and Pub, and singled Redwoods and Tayen. So, I mean, if you look at some of the themes here, Wrestlers venues, Aquarium, Pub, Tayen, they're what I think of at least as somewhat techie venues. Aquarium obviously needs no introduction, but Tayen as well. There's lots of things you could know about the venue that could be helpful. And then Pub, well, Pub still hasn't quite been entirely solved by the community, but I think still not a place where you're going to have conventional wins. Whereas if you look at Adafheyesh's venues, Ballroom, Library, and Redwoods, there are some gimmicks to be had for sure. They all have some amount of occlusion, but there's really some places here where you have the chance for a more traditional, straightforward spy win, as compared to, I think, Aquarium, Pub, and Tayen, where those are a little bit less likely. Again, it's just at the margins. So we'll see when these players actually start getting to it, exactly what we see. That'll take us to predictions. I'll get one in here really quick, and it is going to be, I think, probably not a huge surprise. I'm going to go ahead with Adafheyesh just on the basis of the performance in SMC 22 and their very strong performances in Cups this year. It's been really, really very good. Like most matches in Challengers, I think this could go either way. The community predictions, by the way, 64% for Adafheyesh and 36% for Wrestler. And of course, if you want to get in on the predictions, it is not too late. Go ahead and check out spyparty.smc/predict if you want to help predict. And that is going to be it for our pregame. We can go ahead and get into the match. It will be Wrestler starting off on the spy side of Aquarium playing as Salmon. This was Wrestler's pick. And Adafheyesh on the sniper. Wrestler opening up as Salmon. Not quite going to find a bug onto Ambassador there. Surely Adafheyesh watching that pretty closely already. So we're just going to end our conversation very close up to our ST. And we'll be able to pick up an early flirt here. It will be a green test, so Wrestler opening up with 51%. Wrestler, one of the players who has worked on their green rate, and so we should expect to see some benefit from that here, I would expect. It looks like Wrestler may be trying just to timer flirt this. Aquarium, not a venue where you have tons of time, but a venue where you have enough time that's plausible. So no harm here in trying to accomplish that. Ambassador, meanwhile, Wrestler sees very clearly leaving a print over at blue, assuming this book goes back in, which I think legally it must. Looks like, unfortunately, Rocker is going to smudge it for us. Our ST will take the briefcase. We walk right on past without stopping. A little bit awkward there from Wrestler. We're going to try to force this difficult before Rocker puts the book back, and we will get a chance. And here it comes. It will be a green, so we get the difficult print. You love to see that. Wrestler puts the book back. That's a print in hand and a green flirt in hand. 2 minutes 40 on Aquarium. And we're just going to try... We're not going to chase our ST to statues, actually, thinking it might be just a little bit too aggressive. So instead, we'll take a quick stop at Windows before heading there. We do hit the second green before we pick up. That's flirt done. And a pair of inspects for Wrestler on top of it. Be very interesting here. Wrestler could potentially go for like a back-facing inspect swap fingerprint to finish all this off, and finish the game being very inactive in terms of mission sites visited. Meanwhile, Ambassador still at bookcase again. We have a chance to go back to blue bookcase for a second time. Not usually the kind of thing you expect to see, but always possible. And again, if we hit that second print, it will open up back-facing inspect swap as a potential finish with lots of time left on the clock. Wrestler, though, going to let this print cook for a little while. Second target joins us. It's irrelevant. We do hit the contact. Pretty good contact. I think maybe only 2 lowlights. Sick a lowlight available for Adafheyesh, but Adafheyesh paying much more attention to the Ambassador as he was vulnerable there behind the shark. Print still available at Blue Book. Sick, not low lit. Potentially a missed low light available to Adafheyesh. Ambassador is going to go to Blue Books for the 3rd time. Refresh that print, which is still fresh. Meanwhile, Wrestler headed to bar, not wanting to force that print. The Ambassador going back to Blue Books is actually probably not a good thing for Wrestler. That print was cooking really well. Now it's going to be fresh in Adafheyesh's mind. We will get offered the drink, and we will just reject, actually. Not even taking a delegate. We'll go into back statues. We can finish here with the swap. Oh, there's a fingerprint! There's a fingerprint here, and that's going to be just a highlight from Adafheyesh looking for the swap. We want to show that there's no swap quickly. We won't be able to... Okay, we see the no swap and no shot, and Wrestler with a really, really nice print is able to take that game and open things up with a spy win. Really nice. I was so focused on that print at Blue Books, because how could you not be? How many times the Ambassador has been there? But the Ambassador going to that statue... When? All the way back here at the very, very beginning of the match. It was the first pad the Ambassador visited at 3:40. And then all the way down here, 3 minutes later, 3 full minutes to get that print. And it wasn't even difficult. It was still fresh. Fantastic awareness from Wrestler to pick up that print. That will take us into our second game. It will be Adafheyesh on the spy side, playing as Plane Twin, and Wrestler now on the sniper. We're not going to be able to get a quick flirt here. We were trying to set up for the bug. No, we're not going to take it either. Adafheyesh, unclear where we want to go. It's just going to be out to front windows in the end. Our seduction target, unavailable. So we'll just join this middle conversation. Maybe we get lucky, Ambassador comes here, we get some kind of bug setup. No, we're gonna go and get our flirt. We've wasted a couple 20 seconds or so off the clock, but that's fine. The white flirt is unfortunate, but we'll certainly survive that. No chance here for this bug. It looks very promising, but we're not gonna be able to take it. Adafheyesh playing this slow. Playing slow in Aquarium, not necessarily an issue. There's lots and lots of set pieces available on Aquarium. You know, part of what makes SpyParty games so improvisational, of course, is the party randomness. Aquarium is one of the very few places where a big part of how you plan your game can be planned out in advance. Like, there's definitely strategies that just rely on the predictable shark. The shark is, of course, completely predictable. Only 2 shark paths are possible on this venue. As we join conversation with the double agent. Conversations are not ideal for a contact at this point. Adafheyesh is aware, decides to go back to our seduction target. Force in here. White test happening there. Two minutes on the clock now for Adafheyesh, waiting to see what the plan is. Very inactive party. We've had a couple of statue visitors. Cowboy, I believe, is finishing inspects down there at the back. Adafheyesh takes a weird path into bar and is going to go ahead and be the only person served. We will pick up a delegate. We spent a lot of time behind Shark there. Not, however, doing anything particularly worrisome. We just land next to our seduction target. We're going to walk behind Shark. And we are walking all the way across Shark. We're going to get a bug. It almost looks like Wrestler is looking for this. Maybe he is aware that someone was missing from that right conversation. That was a really nice, interesting move from Adafheyesh and a really nice pickup from Wrestler if that's what just happened. That's bug in pocket, but Adafheyesh only has 54 seconds left to finish this game. We take a book away. We're not going to have time to fire this delegate at this point. We tuck into window. As a highlight, I think this is going to be very tough. We will do a green watch check. And a transfer microfilm that's not being looked at all. So that's transfer done, but transfer is going to be really tough with only 1:14 left. The highlight on Adafheyesh is wonderful, but Wrestler may not be in a position to capitalize on it. We're here in this conversation, and I don't know why. Double agent is going to leave before we pull the trigger. Only a minute left on the clock. The slow beeps are out. Wrestler should know that some shenanigans have now taken place. Adafheyesh not wanting to put this book back too soon, but like, I don't know how we finish here in terms of the transfer. We have to put the book back, get another book, put the microfilm in that book. Very, very difficult. We're going to have to finish with a contact, I think. You don't want to start the overtime beeps while you're at a bookcase. So Adafheyesh has to put this book back, huff it all the way over to green, which is of course illegal going bookcase to bookcase. We have to make it look like we redirect off something, then go get a contact and hope the double agent is available. This is all very, very rough. We try to make it into the statue pad. We can't! Oh no, Adafheyesh, it's all falling apart. What is our plan here? We're going to go over to statue the double agent is? There's nothing for us to do here. It's going to be another time ad, and this I don't think is going to be possible. Oh no. We're just going to sit here. It's a green time ad at least, so that's good. The clock will still hang. A white timeout there would be very dangerous indeed. Okay, we're still alive here, theoretically. This is not the worst place to be. The reason this is not the worst place to be is because we can trigger Mission Wing Countdown with the contact, which means that we are not the only one who could possibly be finishing. But I'm not sure about this statue visit from Adafheyesh. It's a swap! It's a white swap! And that is instant death. Instant death from Wrestler. Wrestler gonna sweep the first 2 games of Aquarium. Must be a very confusing swap, the fact that it didn't start Mission Wing Countdown. And if you're not starting Mission Wing Countdown with a swap frame, then you're probably the one swapping. So, but honestly, I think the story of this game was this fantastic highlight pickup for walking across with the shark. I mean, the shark is not going to be 100% correct on this replay, but really very, very nice stuff here from Wrestler picking up this highlight. And of course, Adafheyesh, well aware of what he's doing here, just didn't manage to quite close it out. All right, that brings us to Wrestler's second spy game, playing as Kane Gaming on Aquarium in 3, 2, 1, playing it. For path here in a conversation, Kane will talk to himself for a minute, but then we will go ahead and make a beeline for our seduction target, pick up an early flirt. Early flirts have been very much the rule in SMC so far. Of course, it's just early days, but there's a reason for that. Obviously, these players don't want to end up in a situation where they're trying to chase that flirt. We saw a Wrestler timer flirt in the first round, the first game. Not going to get a chance in the second one. Not an option for us. Head over to try to put this briefcase back. Pick up this briefcase rather. That'll be a fingerprint off of that. We saw Wrestler make great use of fingerprints in the first game. Gonna get highlight for it in the second one. The ambassador puts back a book which is immediately smudged by Rocker. And we'll go ahead and join conversation with our seduction target. That'd be a white flirt for 77%. So the highlight for the briefcase return, very damning potentially for Wrestler. That could be a big, big problem for us, especially this early in the game. Ambassador has left a print on that statue, so wouldn't be surprised to see Wrestler go for another late statue print if available. This one is sort of a little bit safer than the one we saw last game because you don't have to worry the sniper that it might be a swap. There's flirt done. 2 minutes on the clock. I think of Aquarium as a very specialized venue. Like, you really have to... There's some venues you can play at a high level without studying them specifically. Aquarium is not one of them. Between the shark and the pathing, there's really a lot to know here. Both of these players, of course, I think very comfortable on Aquarium. Here's a real contact. We'll knock out 4, excuse me. 2 big real conversations, though. Very happy with that. Okay, that's the soft tails done. There's still a print on that statue. And there will be a print at Green Bucks. Wrestler going into bar. This is surprising to me in terms of where we're heading. Let's see what the plan is. Just another innocent reject. This is the second time we've seen this. Very unusual to just pick up an innocent reject. You may as well get the delegate as the print. There's a print back here! There's a difficult print back here that we hit, and it's just a swap! It's a white swap, and Adafheyesh is not going to see this. Wrestler pulling out everything on this map. The shot gonna come off! The shot comes off in just in time. Just in time. Oh my goodness, that was close. Difficult print into the swap. Swap goes off perfectly. Statue is invisible. And this shot has to be last second. It's just visible as we put it down. Very, very close. Very close indeed. That shot was at 9 seconds. Alright, so let's get into our last game of Aquarium. It will be Adafheyesh playing as Alice. Wrestler sniping to keep the lead in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Adafheyesh is going to be starting off with a bar visit. A couple of bar visitors here. Ambassador at statues, putting down the briefcase. And quite a few statue visitors as well. 3 statue visitors to open things out, which has led to statue highlights. Adafheyesh will pick up the delegate. No innocent rejects from Ada. We try to go for this bug, and we walk out along with it. Ooh, we get highlight for that. Tough games here. Tough to get away with anything. We will pick up a green flirt at bar. We get highlight flashed on, so neutral lit and then back up to suspicious. Little memory aid there probably from wrestler. Oh, the pearl line is taken. We sent a delegate and we're at bar. So Ada not wasting any time in this game. Gonna be finishing flirt. And now we have 2.5 minutes to decide whether we want to play a silent game, which I think could be very strong here. That could be very strong. Double agent is in conversation. We can also try a fake BB here. It's pretty unlikely that Kane is the SDA. Unfortunately, now the SDA has joined us. We're going to switch conversations to the double agent. This is aggressive and an immediate contact. This is so aggressive from Ada. Is this going to take 5 seconds for Wrestler to take this shot? And he will. And Wrestler shoots the spy on top of that delegate. And Wrestler holds his double 3-1. And just looking at this bug, we delegate and immediately into this weird bug thing that we take. I don't really understand what we're seeing here, if I'm honest with you. Oh, I see it. Yeah, nice bug. Not possible to see. Alright, well that's 3-1 in favor of Wrestler. In Wrestler's pick of Ballroom, which means that it's Ada's turn to try to draw the game even on, on Aquarium. Ada's turn to try to take the lead back to a draw on a Ballroom, with Wrestler playing as Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And again, Wrestler just going to be trying to chase our ST, going to chase all the way to statues actually. Pick up a quick little green flirt and pick up an inspect. Our ST didn't even do inspects, got blocked on the pad. Meanwhile, huge pile up here in the middle of the venue with Ambassador. We'll get 2 inspects done. We're going to go for this bug against the Ambassador. That's a very aggressive bug. But there was a lot of cover from the pillar. There was a lot of cover from the party, so unclear that that is an issue at this point. as we land a conversation next to our selection target. It will be a red flirt this time. Unfortunate we did not hit that green, so we're going to need one more. Still plenty of time. As we will be offered a drink. Just an innocent take as our selection target teases us. Almost comes back to us. We are going to chase, not chase to windows. We are uninterested in chasing all the way to windows. 2 minutes on the clock. I have to imagine at this point Wrestler feels like there's a lot of heat on him. The red flirt always feels really bad, even if it's not that bad from the sniper's perspective. You did that very aggressive, very stereotypical bug. But still, plenty of room. Heading into finished statue inspects now. That will be inspects done. We still really want to get our flirt, I think, at some point. How hard are we willing to chase our ST? Not this hard. Again, Wrestler does not want to be caught forcing this flirt, but time will eventually start to run out. We're down to a minute on the clock. We have no contact and no flirt. That is all that we need, so there is still time. Our seduction target just going all over the place. We need to go get our contact at this point. The conversations are pretty full. The time has come. I know we see twin to center statue, but 40 seconds on the clock is bad news bears. So here comes, yep, the conversation entry for contact. 33 seconds on the clock, and here's the real contact.
Banana bread.
Pretty decent, all things considered, for a contact at 25 seconds. We'll knock out the center statue visitor, but worse things could be happening. We have 20 seconds to finish flirt, and we're banking on a green flirt. It must be green from Wrestler. A white flirt is going to be probably a timeout at this point. We walk over the briefcase right next to our selection target. This will be close enough. Here it comes, and it's green. That's exactly what we need. There will be overtime, but it's really hard to shoot for an overtime flirt. 1 second left. Who's the shot? No shot lined up, no time, and Wrestler takes a spy win on Ballroom, moving much further into the lead at this point. 4-1 in Wrestler's favor on the back of that extremely clutch green. You know, when we hit this screen, we are at 8 seconds on the clock. Yes, theoretically, we can run over to this window and time add, but that would be a really, really rough way to try to finish this game. All right, and that moves us to Yitter's Ballroom Spy Game. Adafheyesh's Ballroom Spy Game, playing as Queen. You love to see it. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And we're going to try to find our selection target. We will eventually do it. And Ada with the white flirt. You know, I won't be surprised to see a green test rate diff in this match, but as we saw from SMC 22, green test rate is not the only predictor of success. So very, very possible for Ada to still take this match. The community favorite on this match at this point, of course, 2-to-1 odds on Ada. Coming into statues, we'll pick up side inspects. Ambassador was just here, but that's fine. No harm there. As we have 2.5 minutes on the clock. As a reminder, this is a best of 16, so the first player to 9 will be the winner. Of course, if we go 8-8, then we'll get into overtime, and we'll get into that if and when it happens. We will take this briefcase that we managed to force. We'll try to avoid... Oh, we're going to banana bread cheese with the briefcase. What's the reaction going to be from Wrestler. Wrestler does not look like he wants to be fooled by that. And we will be highlight for finishing Inspecs instead. Thankfully, we avoid being talked to with the briefcase. That would not be something that you would want to see here. We're gonna go for this bug? We are not. It was being very carefully watched by Wrestler, so no bug taken. Briefcase available though. And yes, it will be another briefcase. Again, avoiding being talked to. So good job there by Ada. Ambassador is at books, so we are not going to be returning this briefcase anytime soon. Briefcase, it goes down, and that is fingerprint done, inspect done. And we are well on our way to a full Softail game when we are in conversation here with Double Agent. The contact isn't perfect by any means, but it will be taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lowlights potentially available. I think maybe 3 lowlights taken at this point. And now it's all down to finding this last pair of flirts. 45 seconds is not a lot of time. No, it's just a bug! It's a bug, but it's seen. Wrestler takes the shot. And Wrestler still with an extremely commanding lead at this point. Really nice job picking up that bug. So Wrestler has won 5 of the first 6 games, already guaranteed a lead moving into halftime. But there's still plenty more to play. Still plenty of time for a comeback. Let's see if Wrestler can keep the momentum going, playing as Pearls. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Yeah, going for that bug, extremely aggressive from Wrestler. Flirt may have been the more prudent option. We'll never know, of course. Wrestler opening things up with a green flirt. What else could it possibly be? So far in Challengers, we have seen all of these players really prioritize early flirts. Three minutes on the clock. Lots of statue visitors. Not a lot of action from Wrestler. We're playing a slow character, and we are playing her slow. Ballroom, the traditional party in a box setup, and selection target will come to us. And then we get the bug! Oh my goodness, we get a bug. Yeah, the rotation there, not in the right place. And that is a free bug for Wrestler, who is in a commanding position in this match. Ambassador drops the briefcase, drops the book. Wrestler has been very much prioritizing Prince, so those would be good things to know. And here comes a Purloin from Wrestler. It's going to be a white test. This is Ada's chance to get back into this game. List is seen, gone. Fade not seen. What's the reaction? Highlight onto Pearls. No other highlights taken at this point. 100 seconds left in this game. Wrestler, again, has the hardtails done and not yet the softails. There's Flirt. And now it just comes down to, can we survive a contact? I think the answer might be no.
Banana bread.
It's fake, but it's real for us. Sniper has an SDA in our conversation. And the shot comes off onto Wrestler. Ada stabilizing the match somewhat. Able to find that shot and recover from a 5-1 deficit up to a 5-2. Not a good feeling for Wrestler when you get shot for a fake BB, but I mean, that sometimes happens when you're in those nice conversations. There's an SDA in there with you. But this bug, I mean, this bug just very good for us. No chance, I think, to see this bug with this rotation. So, lovely game there from Wrestler. Unfortunate ends, but Adafheyesh coming back in the set and pulling out the small men for the last game in the first half. Knows that you don't want to go into the second half down 2-6. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We don't take the instant bug there, would have been extremely difficult. We will chase down our seduction target. No, we won't. We'll actually miss the pad entirely, which is fine. We're facing the wall, so there's no harm in that. It doesn't mean we couldn't flirt when our ST came to our pad. So it turns out there was some harm to it after all. We'll end up over here at books. We're small. It's almost impossible to see us, actually, from the sniper's point of view. And we get that book out very quickly. And how much is the sniper going to be able to see that we have this book? It's not going to be very noticeable at all, I think, at this point. Lots of people with statues. And here comes the hard transfer from Ada. I love this play. I love this play. I think it's going to be very difficult for a wrestler to shoot. So, really nice use of small men. I think hard transfer, not traditionally what people think of when they think of small man cheese. But boy, it certainly worked here. That's a mission done. And we get a white flirt to cap it off with 2 minutes 15 on the clock. You know, could you have seen that book at any point? Yes, you could have. Would you have been looking for that book at any point? I don't think so. Now, Ada has to feel like that was pretty clean, I think, at this point. And so the question becomes, how do you play this game of 3 of 8 Ballroom that you've now managed to put yourself into? You walk right over the briefcase, and you head over into, yeah, center statues. Let's go. Do you panic when you see small men as center statues with under 2 minutes on the clock? If you're a wrestler, you might not. Should you? That's another question. 3 inspects done. Ambassadors here. Ada, please don't take this bug. Okay, we won't. We go in for our second flirt. All we need now is 2 flirts and a contact. There's one. It's green. That's helpful. Double Agent's not being especially helpful right now, has a briefcase in hand, but we still have plenty of time. This isn't gallery. We have plenty of time for the Double Agent to enter a conversation. We will, yep, join them here. Here's the contact. It's a green contact at the end of a talk cycle. Ada is just flexing at this point. Seduction target takes a drink. That could be bad news, but she stays in conversation. We get some ugly bounces around that conversation, but we step in far away from our ST. This is going to be a very difficult shot for a wrestler to take. We're not even looking at small men. Here comes the flirt. Any moment now. Wait! No! No, no, no! The seduction target's left! No, the seduction target's left and gone to briefcase. Oh, no. Alright, 16 seconds. This is fine. This is fine. We have no choice but to follow the ST. There's gonna be overtime. Here comes the instant flirt. It's green for all we care. There's gonna be 2 seconds of overtime. It has to be an instant OT shot. Ada is running away from the scene of the crime. No shot will be coming off. No overtime shot even lined up. And Ada just barely recovers after a messy little ST leave and manages a mission win. And I love the way that these spies have been playing. That is our first 8 games, and that takes us to halftime. 3-5 scoreline in favor of Wrestler. And that scoreline means that Wrestler is ahead after the doubles. We saw last year that being ahead after the doubles was a very strong predictor of being able to take the entire set. That being said, it's only 3-5, so unclear exactly what could be done about it. We still have all these singles to play. Library, Pub, Tayen, Redwoods, very swingy venues with the possible exception of Library. So lots of room. Library in SMC 22 was extremely sniper favored. There's not a lot you can really do for that venue, but Redwoods, Tayen, even Pub were a lot less so. So all Ada has to do is sweep one pair. And by the way, of the 4 game pairs we just played, 3 of them were sweeps. So absolutely doable as we head into the bottom half. Let's move on to Pub 3 of 7. Wrestler on the spy side playing as Rocker. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Wrestler will be chasing our ST. ST will not cooperate. Wrestler will peace out to Windows and just reconsider his life choices. No time ad taken on Pub 3 of 7. Instead, we are going to force this flirt? Certainly not. No, we'll just join bar. We're going to burn a lot of time here. We'll at least help it out a little bit with a demand. Would be very possible for Ada to shoot a demand on Pub. Pub is one of the more dangerous places to do that. But we will pick up a delegate. ST is now at bar. ST is making it impossible for us to flirt with him, which is really unfortunate at this point. It's under 2 minutes on the clock. All we have so far is a delegate. We do have a couple of statue visitors, and yeah, it will be a time ad. How quickly can Ada pick up on this time ad? It was at least us or Sick checking the watches together. As we head out to conversation with the SDA and the ambassador. Quick delegate to Sam and the SDA. This could get complicated. Our ST, who also has inspects, in conversation with us right next to the ambassador. We do pick up a green flirt, but what's the story with this delegate? Here it comes, and there is the purloin. Any reaction whatsoever from Adafheyesh? We know it wasn't salmon, but then who was it? One low light taken. Still plenty of time for Wrestler to come back in this with that time ad. Here comes our second flirt. It's another green from Wrestler. Those green flirts really add up and make a big difference. And now it's all going to come down to, can we survive a contact? I think the answer will be yes. We go back inside. Surely we don't inspect here. No, it's going to be a request. Just waiting for the double agent to get into conversation. DA is out here, front and center. All we have to do is go and push the button. And look at this from Ada, still watching those lowlights. But the double agent has left. We'd have to chase 30 seconds. It's a fake contact. Will there be a shot? There will! And Wrestler baits out the shot and continues his potential march to victory. Ada insufficiently on top of the delegate. And that is going to be a 6th point for Wrestler in the first to 9. Pub 3 of 7. Really difficult map for both sides. As we head into our second game, Adafheyesh on the spy side playing as Boots. Wrestler on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Possibility here to set up some kind of bug, but a little awkward with that drink in hand. We will finish it off. Looking forward, but no bug taken. Ada, of course, well aware of the sniper laser here. Our selection target already highlighted, I believe, for statue inspect. And now low lit for a nice bump, I guess, there off of general, if I remember correctly. We'll go ahead and simply reject. I don't believe we picked up a delegate from that. It was just a weird kind of non-delegate delegate cheese. Unfortunate potentially for Adafheyesh, but we will pick up the briefcase at least. Put it down. We'd love to get some flirt progress here, I'm sure. Fingerprint would be a solid way to finish this game. ST is not making this flirt really very comfortable. We'll enter over here anyways. Amber gets forced out. A green takes us to 36%. Time ticking down. The flirt positioning is not good for Ada. We will just bail out over to Windows. A white time ad for Ada. This is not what you want to see. Oh, look at this reaction from Wrestler. I think it was seen. Yes, it is. And Wrestler takes another point. Up 7-3 in this match after sweeping his choice of pub. And now Ada's back up against the wall. Needs to win the next 6 in a row to win outright in regulation. And Library does not make that an easy task. And you want to do that on Tayen, you want to do that on Redwoods, you know, you go right ahead. Doing that here on Library, going to be a tough way to start off. But Wrestler starting on the spy side, playing as Disney. Wrestler just needs 1 point to guarantee overtime. In 3, 2, 1, play it. Library, very sniper-sided in its current form in SMC 22. A move to Library 4 of 8 might be in the cards for future events, but not this one. We set up next to our seduction target. We walked all the way across the venue to get this flirt. And it was green. Now we've seen Wrestler timer flirt a lot. Will we see it here happen again? I think the answer will be yes. I think Wrestler will just take the timer flirt and have it done with. And just as I say that, we'll decide to walk away. Sounds reasonable to me. We get kind of stuck on twin there. It's a little bit awkward. But no obvious indication that Ada had a problem with it. We head into side statues. Wrestler could try to play this laser, but we're not really looking at it very much, so it seems unlikely we're going to do anything fancy here. Just go ahead and get these 2 inspects. Very quick inspects as well. I'm just stopping here. If Wrestler wants to get another print, which I would certainly understand, they've been very successful for him so far. There are lots of opportunities there. Ambassador at Green Books, briefcase down. Meanwhile, we're with the ST and the double agent. We'll go for a real contact. There it is. And then a quick flirt after a stop talk. We'll let off some lowlights, but for Library, that's a pretty decent contact. We're already in statues. However, we get highlight for the split into finishing inspects. So not exactly what we were looking for there. Briefcase has been taken. Print, I think, still available, though, on green. This Wrestler will head this way. And there's a swap pending. Hang on, there's a swap pending over there at those statues? And a lowlight's going to take it. Now the question is, will Ada even see this? Wrestler is 1 point away from getting 8. And we're just hiding here behind this pillar. There's the swap taken. Has it been seen? It's visible now. What's Ada going to do with this piece of information? That's still just 4 missions. The statue is seen. Okay, the statue's seen. Shot comes off immediately into Disney. Ada's not going to let that one pass. Ada holding serve at least on the on Library, bringing it back 4-7, but still a big way to climb. here we come into Ada's library spy playing as Duke. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. This is not a must win from Ada. Ada can give this up and still sweep Tayen and Redwoods, but boy, it'd be a lot easier if you could pick up this library win. And we've seen it happen. We have seen library spy wins happen in SMC, especially in challengers, I think it's probably fair to say. This would of course be the first of SMC 23, as this is our first look at library in SMC 23. An aggressive start of sorts from Ada. We flirted split, and now we've come back to flirt again. Double agent will not be here. We do pick up the second green from Ada. That's great to see. Ambassador headed this way. I don't know there's a lot we can really do with this Ambassador positioning. We're also not going to get the chance. Ambassador will leave. No purloin chain either. And no purloin taken. Very quick book pickup. We trying to get away with this? The sniper has panned over us a couple times, but hasn't really seen us. There's a green transfer and has just not been seen. The laser swept over us mid-transfer, but so quick, just not looking at us. Okay, we have microfilm in pocket. Nice transfer there from Ada, knowing that all the attention was on the wings, and therefore, even if the laser was on us, it wasn't seeing us. Double agent in conversation here on the right-hand side. We have an opportunity to go in there and try to take it, and Ada will. This contact, I mean, again, it's library.
Banana bread.
Conversations are decently full. Alice splits. Not willing to low-light twin is Wrestler. Highlight instead, actually. I think both of these players are playing with neutral lit Ambassador, which is just a little bit concerning. We've been split for being seen at book. We've been highlit for being seen at bookcase. We're not going to do an animation transfer at books. I think we maybe could have. 2 minutes on the clock. We're working on our third mission. Oh, this is going to be seen though. Ada, you need this spy win so bad. We don't go for the animation. Not willing to chance it. We can do it on return. But look at this laser following us. Ambassador at center statues. Selection target at blue books. When's the animation gonna happen? It's gotta happen. We're sitting there in that book for a long time. There's the animation transfer. We pan away just as it happens. It's a white test completely off screen. Book goes back, transfer is done, and we are neutral lit as a favor. Okay, we're brought back up to suspicious. Not sure what's going on there. General does, I think, a 720, not even a 360. But that's still only 70 seconds left to do 2 more missions as we get stuck on the railing, and we're having to head into statues. We're at center statues. We can just inspect swap here and finish, but look at all this attention being paid to us by Wrestler. Wrestler does not want to let this happen. Wrestler wants to get all the way to 8 right now. We just put back the statue with 1 inspect. We don't even get close. Not even close. Adafheyesh continuing to slam into that pillar. And where do we go now? We can't contact. That's already done. We request and bail. Toby's just too far away. We pick up a dead briefcase. Adafheyesh 25 seconds. And what can you do? We try to go for the hidden purloin. We're highlit. It is green. It is green at least. That will help. But now what? 7 seconds. We don't have time to inspect. We don't have time to swap. It has to be a crash bug. It has to be a crash bug right now. Oh, it's so on screen. And it will be shot. And Wrestler will manage to take that one and go up to 8 points against Adafheyesh. And I mean, look, at this point, I'm not sure you have any options aside from Bug. It was clear that Wrestler was watching us very, very carefully at this point, and I'm not sure there's anything we could have done to win. Somewhat amazing that this Bug even is possible. There it is. And that will be it. So that's 8 points for Wrestler. Ada on 4. Ada needs to sweep the next 2 venues to stay alive and get to overtime. And if not, then Wrestler will be advancing in his very first SMC appearance to the Challengers Finals. Wrestler on the Spy side playing as Orange Sari on Tayen. A strong place to be. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And who are we headed towards? We missed the pad again! We've seen so many of these today. We've seen 3 missed pads so far in upper challenger semis. It just goes to show it can happen anytime. But it's fine. Wrestler picks up the green flirt, picks up the green book. Could even try to take this away. Scout mentioned earlier today that this shoji setup is favorable for hard transfer. But Wrestler not going to be trying it. Not going to try to get into that conversation either. Gets scared away. 2 minutes 45. Still plenty of time available on Tayen. No chance, I think, here for a Bug. Chance for a flirt? No! Taft literally comes in here and takes away our seduction target's place in conversation. They're headed right to us. Fake contact will come off. We'll lowlight Smallman, General, and Twin. General lowlight, maybe not taken. We've seen this a couple times from Adafheyesh, not getting all lowlights, potentially prioritizing something else, which is perfectly fair and valid. Wrestler will switch conversations. Get a real contact this time. We'll let off one more low light. I like the double contact. Like it quite a bit. Even if not so many players change conversations in between. The problem will start to become the time, even here on Tayen, you do have to make some solid, steady progress. We'd love to join conversation with our ST. It's not going to happen. Instead, Wrestler will come out here to front bookcase. Pick up a book. We are mostly not being looked at here. I think it's probably fair to say Ambassador is in a lot of danger. But look at this laser, actually. It's watching us very carefully. Watching us very closely. And Wrestler has no choice but to put the book back. And now what do? We can come in here for a flirt. That's all well and good. That'll be our second mission done. Here it is. Of course, it's a 2 flirt from Wrestler. What else could it possibly be? But only 60 seconds left on the clock. Chain reset. No pro line available. Again, Wrestler is just 1 game away from winning this entire match. Ada has no room for error, and as a sniper on Tayen, that's a horrible place to be. Down 4 points in the match. And we are going to try for this bug. It does not take. That will be very visible, I think, to Wrestler. Excuse me, to Adafheyesh. But no shot taken. Perhaps knowing that bug was impossible at that distance. And a purloin pending. Okay, Wrestler has taken the green purloin. We still need 1 more mission. This is just like the library game we were just watching. What's the plan? 7 seconds. It has to be swapped. There is no other choice. It will be a swap. It's a white test. And Ada sees it. And Ada takes the shot even before overtime. Stays in this match now 5-8. And with his back up against the wall, Ada is showing that he's still here to play. Still in with a chance. This bug was ill-advised, but there was some visual noise. We survived to try the swap. Swap did not work out. And now it's going to be our second game of Tayen. Ada on the spy side now, playing as Red Dress. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We bounce around the ambassador a bit. We don't try for any kind of bug, but we do land next to our seduction target. Ada, again, no room for error, has to win all these games. Spy, Sniper, Tayen, Redwoods, doesn't matter. And does manage to find a white flirt. Wrestler, 3 minutes to find the spy and advance to the SMC Challenger Finals. And Tayen might be his best chance to do it. Tayen was Wrestler's pick. Again, if Ada manages to sweep Wrestler's pick of Tayen, they're headed to Ada's pick of Redwoods. We get a bug! We get a bug from Adafheyesh. It's impossible. This is an impossible bug. I mean, what can you do with that? What can you possibly do with that? And now Ada has a bug in a must-win spy game. We'll head over here, pick up some more flirts. I think at this point we just play a very, very standard game. Here comes a green flirt. You'd love to see that. Let's go center statues. Let's finish this game off and get on to Redwoods. And if Ada's able to keep this up, then it's going to get so hard for Wrestler's mental. To be so close. So close. Wrestler 8-4 before Tayen. Minute and a half coming up on the clock. Starting to get a little bit dicey in terms of timing. We're going to try for this briefcase? No, excuse me, no briefcase here. Look at this book. If Ada hard transfers this book, I may lose my mind. It's so open here on the left-hand side. Okay, the book goes back. We're just burning time off the clock. We will pick up the flirt. That will be flirt done. That's our second mission. We still need contact, and then one more. We have no progress on anything else. We're heading into conversation with the double agent. Conversations are good. This is a perfectly reasonable time to take a contact. And here it comes. Wheels is the last joiner. It's not even us. It will be a white test. ST maybe can be low lit. Wheels does indeed get high lit. We're still neutral. 44 seconds. And where is our last mission? No way. We request a drink from all the way across the venue. And here it is. It's a purloin. And it's green. A quick green purloin. Going to be the end of it here for Ada. Wrestler has to shoot for this. Has no choice. And how can you shoot for this? How can you shoot for that bug? Still purloin not taken. 18 seconds on the clock. Ada's just chilling out in the back. General takes a drink. Fade is visible. Where's the shot? It's a white shot. It's the wrong shot. And Ada survives another game. And with that pressure getting to you, you're in this set, you're trying to close it out, you see that fade with 14 seconds on the clock. It's a tough time to try to make a judgment. And that brings us to our final venue of regulation. Redwoods, Ada trying to catch up here after Wrestler taking a blistering start. Wrestler up 7-3 earlier in this set. But still with the 2 chances to close it out. This is still Wrestler's match. And Wrestler on the spy side of Redwoods playing as Alice. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Only 3 minutes 30 to find a mission win on this venue. And Wrestler turning around, trying to chase our seduction target, will eventually land in the inside conversation. We'll scoot just a little bit closer. That's perfectly fine with how much cover we have. We'll get a white contact. very early contact here. We'll knock out a statue visitor. We'll pick up some highlights and lowlights. We are one of the highlights for being in this conversation. Here's the flirt as well. Here's the bug as well. I didn't even see the bug. Wrestler is trying to close this game out immediately. Immediately. All we need to do is get one more flirt, but then what, right? What do we do after this? Oh, fingerprint. Fingerprint is so available. Can we hit this difficult? No, we don't. Wrestler unable to close out that difficult print. Unfortunate. We will return the briefcase at least. We can still go try to pick up the print at green, but very dangerous since we were just seen holding a briefcase. So Wrestler slows it down. Wrestler slows it down here. Just go out to Windows. Head in for our second flirt. Can Wrestler get yet another 2 flirt? Taking our time. Taking our time. Wrestler has really slowed this game down after missing that print, but we do hit the 2 green flirt. Wheels will smudge the print to green. Unavailable at the moment. We are probably already credited with 1 print by Adafheyesh. Wrestler's been pushing prints very hard this match, so tough to go for it at this point. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try a second difficult. We'll pick up the inspects while we're here. No reason not to. And the shot comes off. The shot comes off, crediting the 2 prints and the bug. And Ada has brought it all the way back. All the way. And I don't know how you find this bug here. I guess that's how. You see it. Really nicely done. And Adafheyesh now on the spy side of Redwoods. In a do or die, must win. Playing as Bling Twin. Wrestler 1 shot away from advancing to Challengers Finals. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We've seen some comebacks in SpyParty. This would certainly be one of them. 3 minutes 18 on the clock. Ada starting it off slow. Print available on red. ST takes the briefcase. Couple bar visitors, Ada checks. And Wrestler has to be just desperate to close it out at this point. Ada will hit the difficult print. That's 1 print done. We don't manage to hand the briefcase off. Unfortunate for Adafheyesh. We will take this flirt. It's a white flirt. We've seen Ada hit lots of these. Not necessarily a problem at this point. 2.5 minutes. Redwood's deceptively large. Redwood's deceptively fast. We are playing a quick character, so we have options. We see our selection target go to bar. Been quite a bit of bar activity, and our ambassador goes there as well. So Ada picks up a second briefcase. This one's not fingerprintable. I think this is the same briefcase we put down, actually, maybe. Head to the outside statue. Ada 2 minutes to try to go to overtime. This is a single elimination bracket. This is it. Loser goes home. Inspect down. Selection target available. Clock 100 seconds. We hit a green flirt. We'll still need 1 more. Bar activity is kind of dried up at this point. We could try to get sent by General. That's absolutely an option. Doesn't look like it's what we're doing, though. No, okay. General did not talk. We did not get sent. We will rip from blue. went straight into red. But we missed the print! We missed the print. No! We're highlight here. Okay, this is going to be hard transfer. Inspect's done. If only we'd hit that print. Ada, 1 minute to try to close out this game. We don't want to bug here. We want to flirt. We will manage it. But look at all this attention being paid by Wrestler. It feels like we're dead. We have 35 seconds to try to find a fourth mission, a second print, whatever it is. That case, I think, is probably live.
Banana bread.
There's a fake contact. 20 seconds. Wrestler has to be feeling so much pressure. So much pressure. The highlight back onto us. We take the case. This is fingerprintable. This will be mission win countdown. There will be no overtime. Wrestler has to shoot us right now. But we may already have 2 prints. He doesn't want to shoot for a third. And Ada is going to take us to overtime. Wrestler does not find the shot. And Ada wins 4 in a row to take this game to overtime on the back of that print. All right, so overtime. Overtime in SMC. So the original draft, this draft up here on the screen, irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Nothing there matters. Both players will single one venue and will play 4 games. 4 games. If someone wins 3, they're the winner. If it's 2-2, we do another round of overtime. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just get into the next overtime game. And it's balcony. Wait, who's responsible for this? Wrestler picked balcony as the overtime single. Bug, contact, flirts. Wrestler on the spy side playing as Plane Twin. Here we go. It's now first to 11 will be the winner. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And I kind of get it. I mean, you played a long set. The momentum is in Adafheyesh's favor. This is a venue where you can say, look, I need to inject some chaos into this match. I need a little bit of a reset. Totally fair. Came out strong. Need to get the momentum back. Balcony is a good place to do it. So I fully support this pick. We get a real contact. Alice splits out of it. I feel like a split on balcony is not the kind of indicator it is on other venues as she goes for a briefcase. We have 1 green flirt. If Wrestler can just get another green. This looks so strong. There's the cooldown. Are you going to try to take this second green flirt immediately? It's green! Can Ada shoot? There's no way Ada could possibly shoot this. Wrestler's green rate's so strong in this match, and it comes out clutch in this balcony game. Wrestler wrests the momentum back into his favor with a 3 green overtime balcony game. And if you're Ada, that's so rough. That's so tough because there's realistically nothing you can do about that. There's no shot that you can try to take here. And so after all that comeback, but it's okay. It's okay. Ada has a chance to do it back to Wrestler on the spy side playing as Orange Sari. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Same mission setup. Purloin is off. And already a highlight onto Sari? We do have the green flirt at Windows, but that highlight is rough. Okay, we're back to Neutralite, but Wrestler's going to remember that highlight for sure. 91% on our second green flirt. Ada finally manages 2 greens and still can't get a 2 flirt.
Banana bread.
Good contact. That's 3 greens so far from Ada. The 4th, of course, would just be swag. We have time here just to sit and wait, but we will be talking on a very predictable clock. "42 seconds. There's the cooldown. And there's the flirt. And there's the mission win countdown. Can Wrestler shoot this? It doesn't look like he will. And Ada's going to keep it tied coming out of the first overtime venue. A pair of spy wins on balcony. Your score is 9-9. Ada, huge there, coming back from the deficit and then managing to shake off that 3 green game from Wrestler. And by the way, Answer with 3 greens of his own. As we head into our second overtime venue of Courtyard, which was Adafheyesh's overtime pick. Here we go, Wrestler on the spy side playing as Rocker. If someone sweeps Courtyard, that will be the winner who will advance to the Challengers Finals. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Three minutes 15 on the clock. Wrestler looking for a place to settle. Will find our seduction target here in conversation. And a green flirt from Wrestler. So what do you do here? You're playing a long set. This is game number 19 of the set. You're overtime in Courtyard 4 of 7. And you need to sweep the venue to first of all win the match. And second, and possibly more importantly, avoid a second overtime. Two and a half minutes, Wrestler will go in for his second flirt. Ambassador comes right to us, and Ada is very transparent about the fact, I am watching this. Does not want any doubt in Wrestler's mind that that is an unbuggable position. We don't even pick up the flirt. Selection target has in fact left. We will chase her to statues. It will be a white flirt, unfortunate for Wrestler. We will pick up a pair of inspects. No highlights for statues. Okay, never mind. There are the highlights for statues. "100 seconds on the clock as the statue goes down. We can consider chasing this ST. It looked like we were trying to avoid committing to the conversation until we thought that she wasn't going to leave with the drink. And then we committed to the conversation and she left with the drink. Wrestler behind the clock at this point, no doubt about it, and needs a win here to try to close out in overtime number 1. Couple statue visitors, including our ST, will hop in here and finish flirt. No, we won't! ST leaves again! And Wrestler has to be thinking, how is it that I flirted 5 times and still don't have flirt done? All right, we're not going to chase again. We'll go for an immediate contact at entering this conversation. It's a very good contact. 1 low light will be taken. Lots of reels. All right, let's try this again, Alice. We'll request a drink. This all makes a lot of sense. Here comes the white purloin. No! And it's seen. Ada takes the shot. And Ada, for the first time in this match, the very first time on game number 19, pulls into the lead. Wrestler unable to parlay those clutch greens into a purloin. And now, Ada with a chance to close out this match in one of the biggest comebacks that we've seen in SMC. Playing as Irish on Courtyard in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Now let's not get excited. We all know the Courtyard is sniper-sided. Ada picks up an early green flirt at windows. Lots of statue visitors here. Everybody trying to cram into these pads. Two minutes 45. We will pick up our second flirt. And it will be a white test. So 3 required, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Aside from that early flurry of statue visitors and Duke right now, not tons of activity on this venue. What is Ada's plan to try to close out this match? Remember, this was Ada's overtime pick.
Banana bread.
There's a real contact, pretty nice contact. We'll knock out one person. So we head into statues, and we'll pick up a highlight. Are we going to get this inspects? Yes, I think we will. Okay. So inspects, no problem. Statue will go down. 100 seconds left. I really feel like we're going to see another purloin to end this game. I don't think we're in a position to do Prince. And I don't know if Adafheyesh is bold enough at this point to try for a swap. Wrestler's rotation has been pretty good. Bug is being guarded. What do you do here? You don't want to play another 4 games. Ada, the top seed in Challengers, looking to avoid elimination by the wildcard entry. 50 seconds on the clock. We still need a flirt, by the way. It'd be nice to pick that up someday. Disney will eventually find conversation. We will find the flirt. So that's helpful. But what are your options? They're dwindling down. Bug, Purloin, and Swap are what you have available. Bug, not a good position for it right now from the Ambassador. You're playing a good character for it, but you can't take this Bug, surely. Surely. Surely! You can't, and Wrestler, with that shot, sends us to double overtime. 2 really unfortunate last-second finishes on Courtyard. What could be more fitting? Unfortunate little wrong arm there. Alright, so double overtime. So heading into double overtime, we do it again. So each player singles one venue. It can't be balcony or courtyard. And now it's first to 13 will take the win. And looks like we are headed to Moderne. Moderne, 4 of 8. Wrestler, back on the Spy side for game number 21 in this set. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. If we are still tied after this set of 4, it will become infinite balcony. Quick reject from Wrestler into a quick bug from Wrestler. A wrong arm going behind the Ambassador, and that was a very nice bug. That's a lovely bug from Wrestler. That's setting us up for a much needed Spy win. Moderne 4 of 8 a low spy win rate in SMC 22, and if we can get it off of this, we are in a position to potentially sweep Modern. Both of these players scraping out the last possible strats that they have available to them. After this long set, Wrestler will hit a white test flirt. But plenty of time for the flirt, not a big deal. Wrestler just gonna walk away and head into statue. I think this play makes sense. You've been playing this set for 2 hours or whatever it is. It's game 21. You got a fantastic bug off. You know it was a fantastic bug. Let's play it simple. You know what? Never mind. Let's head into bar at 2.5 minutes on the clock. We were here once, we rejected. This time, we're going to take a delegate. Going to take a long road around this conversation circle, pretty far from our selection target. Unfortunate for Wrestler. But there's the flirt. It will be green from Wrestler, of course, 70% there. We're in a position to go finish off statues, finish flirt. We have plenty of time for this. I feel like Wrestler just needs to play a very uncomplicated game. I want to go to statues relatively soon. Don't give Ada the idea that we're trying to rush inspects at the last second. Now would be great. But no, it's not going to be the case. We're going to delegate. We're delegating to Sorry. Surely this does not take. I think we are far too late, especially given that there are already 2 people lined up at bar. But that's okay. We have a path to victory. The timer will expire long before Sorry is able to get a drink. It was a good 10 seconds, I think, of time we didn't have. Oh, but we lose the flirt. Irish walks away just as we were trying to get it. And now it's time to go in and do statues. With 1:22 on the clock. We only have the 2 missions done, but we're in a really good position to get the other 2. ST and selection target are both in the same conversation. Wrestler heading into that conversation. Any flirt will do, any contact will do, and we have 56 seconds. How long do we want to try to let this cook? How long are we willing to wait? There's the flirt. 48 seconds left. And if the double agent leaves, Wrestler's gonna have big problems. And just as I say that,
Banana bread.
we go for the fake contact anyways. And what can Wrestler do? There's 30 seconds left in this game. The double agent is at bar. What are the possibilities here? DA's headed our way. We need to just turn around and follow him and hope that he's headed for this conversation. He is. We will land in this conversation. There will be overtime, but not much if Whistler pulls the trigger quickly. No, it's a white test. That's the last thing we needed. Okay, it's a quick contact. Quick contact. We're seen talking. We're a highlight talking. There will be overtime, and the shot comes off, and Ada takes the win on Modern. And you cannot believe that that double agent left when they did. Right after we do the flirt. But that means Ada now in the lead. Again, it's 1st to 13 in double overtime. And Ada playing on the spy side now as Disney. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We can try to head into bar, but there's a big pile up there. I just want to see Ada just randomly go to bar 40 seconds from now and take the list. Because, I mean, look at that bar. We have 2 statue visitors, 3 statue visitors as well. Ambassador also at statues, leaving a print. There is so much activity right here. And Wrestler has to be thinking, you can't be serious. After what the game just did to me, you're going to give me this party? We just insta-hard transfer this book. We just take it right out of blue and right into red. And the man in black is completely unseen. That is transfer done by Adafheyesh. And a green flirt on top of it. Ada is moving. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me it really happens. I feel like the direct take here is so strong. And Ada has so much progress at this point. You have to think this has to be a direct take. And it is! Ada takes the list! And look at this reaction from Wrestler. We have 2 hardtails done, and there's 2.5 minutes left on Modern in double overtime. This is week 1. Ada, this is week 1. All we need, stop me if you've heard this before, is 1 flirt and 1 contact. Okay, now we need 2 flirts. Alright, well nice, we get a little flirt then there. 2 minutes on the clock. We can try to timer flirt this, although I'm not sure if that's the move. We are highlit. So that's good for Wrestler, being disciplined about the fact that yes, it could be Disney. But without that transfer, I'm not sure that highlight's gonna matter. Transfer, such a good play with so many people at bar and so many people at statues. We're flirting pretty aggressively here. There's another insta flirt. We enter right next to our selection target. We make sure, even if we hit a white, we'll finish. Now all we need is the double agent who's at statues to get into conversation with us. She's headed this way. She's still headed this way. And the double agent joins our conversation. There's contact, there's mission win countdown. No shot will be coming off from Wrestler, and that's going to be mission win for Ada, who sweeps Modern in double overtime. And Ada is now up 12-10 and on double overtime match point. And it will be on Veranda. Honestly, this is a place to be if you just need one. And now it's Wrestler whose back is up against the wall, playing as Alice on Veranda, and a must sweep on Veranda. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. We saw a very, very nice Alice Veranda game earlier today. We just need one more repeat of this, and it would be fantastic. Okay, Wrestler misses a pad. It's fine. We see a couple of those in these sets, especially when this is game number 23. Extremely understandable. We're going to do a green animation transfer. Ada trying to rotate forward, but unclear to me that it could have been seen. So that's microfilm in pocket from Wrestler. I like the aggression from Wrestler that we still have to do things here. Microfilm transfer takes a lot of time, but if you route out properly, you have that time on Veranda. Unfortunately, we have landed here in a useless conversation out front. 3 minutes 26 on the clock, and all we have is a red microfilm in pocket. And we've been highlit? Ada highlit us? Ada, you monster. We do pick up a difficult print, and we will hit it, of course, from Wrestler, so that's one print done. We could have tried to get a very cheeky purloin there did not happen. Instead, we'll enter bookcase with our selection target, a green flirt. I'd be very nervous about taking that flirt before book pickup, but we do it anyways. And we'll hit the green fingerprint off of this as well. 2 difficult prints for Wrestler and microfilm in pocket with 243 on veranda. If you needed to win a veranda game and you got dumped into this situation, it's a pretty good situation to be dumped into. Wrestler must sweep veranda to push us to triple overtime sudden death. Looking to see where our selection target goes. It will be to statues. We could follow there and get an inspect. Two minutes on the clock. You have your double difficult prints, but you're highlight. And how are you going to get this microfilm done, Wrestler, if you're a highlight? It's going to be very difficult. And time is bleeding away. Here we go. We're at green. The laser's baiting us almost, it looks like. But no reaction to the animation. It was not super easy to see there either. That's... Whoop. Okay, we're fine. This is fine. That's 2 missions done. We could use some flirt and contact here. But then I still don't know what our last mission is going to be. We're not set ourselves up well for inspect. We missed the pad again! It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We still hit a green. 70 seconds left. Can we survive 2 inspects and a contact? We've done all the hard work. We've done all the hard work. The question... It's a red test! Red test, BB! What will happen? It's visible. It's visible. The shot... This is for the win. And Ada shoots Wrestler. Ada will advance to the Challengers Finals, winning the set 13-10. And what a match. All the way to the last venue of double overtime. Both of these players, a fantastic showing. And of course, congratulations to Adafheyesh. My goodness, what a match. What a really, really difficult, long, hard, drawn out, just brawl of a match. So that will be it for this match. Congratulations again to both players. And to Adafheyesh, who has one more chance now at getting into Champions groups. Ada will have to play the winner of Guggy versus Yitter for a chance to make it into the Champions round robin. Ada was knocked out last year by Lev, so chance for some payback. We have 2 more Week 1 matches. Grosh versus Gentleman and David W. versus Scout. They will be cast sometime in the coming week. Whenever we get a chance. We thought about casting 3 matches today and then decided that was a bad idea. So they'll be cast sometime during the week. Again, congratulations so much to all the players. Thanks everyone for watching. If you'd like to see more of these casts, be sure to stick around in the SpyParty Discord. They'll all be announced there, discord.gg/SpyParty.